Hi everyone, welcome to Clutch Entertainment today, and today we're going to be talking about happiness. What are the keys to happiness in life, and what makes us content with our lives? There's a number of things that affect that each and every day. Waking up in the morning and being able to do the things that you need to do. And I'm going to talk about some ways that can, help improve your life and help you make you more content and happy. And I'm also going to talk about all the different aspects of being happy and what is all the things that contribute to our happiness in general. So there's really a number of things that we can talk about, but let's get right into it. So first off, let's list off a bunch of things and we'll go into each one. So, there's food and water, there's money, there's the weather, there's materialistic items, there's your family, there's your emotions you have, there's your confidence level and self-esteem. There's your entertainment factor, where you're going to entertainment events. There's your health and wellness. There's your friendships, being able to talk to or take care of yourself, like self preservation, and lack of conflicts and peace. And then there's also your faith in God. So those are all the things that really play a part in what makes us happy and what makes us who we are and what we want to do. So let's talk about some of the things that, may look like they make us happy, but they don't. So let's go into money, for example. Money is probably the top one that everybody would think, oh, this is going to make me happy, because you can't buy happiness, or you can buy happiness with money. But technically, you really cannot buy happiness. And I'll explain why. So when you, so say I take my money and I'm like, I want to buy myself some food, some water, some drinks, and a nice house and nice everything, okay? And buy myself, a nice TV, a nice chair, a nice bed. There's something about that, that you buy all those things, you sit down and you're content, maybe for a little bit. But then inside you realize, what am I really here doing? What am I doing with my time? This is great and all. I don't have anybody around. But do I feel happy? Do I feel fulfilled? Do I feel like having a purpose? There's a lot of different stuff that goes into that. And not having that purpose, being lazy and not doing a whole lot, it begins to pry at you over time. So like I said, at first, you're not going to be like, oh, this is terrible. At first you're going to have money and you're going to be able to do things, maybe from having a really good job, and we'll go back into a job in a second. But say you have a good job, you have good money, you have everything like that, and you're going out and you're going home and you're making your own stuff and you're just sitting there enjoying life in general. And over time, like I said, like, could be days, could be weeks, could be months, and you get to a point where you're just like I said before, you're just like, what am I really doing and how am I contributing to others? What am I really trying to go for? That's a lot of times why people like to go out to events and like to spend time in events and, go do things, because it contributes to their overall happiness level. And money is more so of not so much of something that makes you happy. You look at it and it's more so almost like a vice. Like, it's almost like you have this money in your hand, this $20 bill, and you're just like, it's mine. Like, for example, I'll pull out a $20 bill, for example, and I look at it. So here's a $20 bill right here, as you can see. Andrew Jackson. So I take this bill and I crumble it up. And I'm about to throw it, okay? So if I throw this, somebody's going to be like, why are you doing that? That's money. That's dishonorable. Like, why would you do that with money? And here's what I would have to say to that. You value the money. Why don't you value yourself? Why don't you value the people around you? Why don't you value, like, what you have in your pocket? The money just goes to someone else eventually. Money never stays with you. Money's ever changing. It's always going away. And another thing that goes into money too is, like Jesus said in the Bible, he said, return to Caesar what's to Caesar, return to God what's to God. And a lot of times with that Bible verse, God is telling us, money can be a root of problems. It can also be something that can cause us, to sin, to want to be in that spot where it's just, I love this money so much that I don't care about anything else. And that's the thing. We got to watch out for that aspect of valuing money in our lives more than other things. Yes, it can get us things. Yes, it can get us to better places. Yes, it can bribe us to certain things. But it's all about earning something more than the money itself. Like I was going back before with a job. If I'm working a job, okay, and say I go to a casino and I gamble, for example. When I get money from a casino, and say I win like $100,000 at a casino, and say I get $100,000 at a job, which one out of the two would you feel more fulfilled? I'll let you think about that for just a few seconds. So, thinking about it, okay, when you have a win at the casino, you're like, oh, this is so great. I didn't have to do anything for it. It's so great. But then the end, it's money. You're just going to spend it. It's just going to go to somewhere else. But when you work it as a job, you wake up each day, you go through the day, and you have a purpose. You serve others. You serve a company that, needs you. You serve that overall aspect of, being there to do something. You get money in the end, but it's something that it puts yourself out there and it puts who you are so other people can see. A good example, basically. And I would say that's the big thing with money. We got to look at money as a tool more than how it can lead us to happiness, how it can buy our happiness. And so let's go on to, for example, like materialistic items too. So besides money, you have a great big HD TV, you have an amazing computer, you have a big projector screen, you look at those things and you're like, man, they look really neat. They look really cool, but do they really make you happy? Do they really make you feel like I have a purpose? I'm here for a reason. I want to be here. That's what you need to look at. You need to look at what it's contributing to yourself. If I go out and, go to the store, for example, and I go pick up all my groceries and pay for them, compared to if I pay someone to do it, that I'm capable of doing it, but I'm paying someone to do it, do I really feel fulfilled? Not really. There's one thing where you can have somebody pick it up, for you, or pick it out for you and then you go pick it up. Or there's a way to say you don't have the time to do something to, ask somebody to and pay someone to do something if you don't have time. Like that's another thing that's not related to, overall your purpose or pursuit of happiness in general. But you want to be at that point where you're using things and money and materialistic items and everything as tools to where you need to get to be. So, for example, my podcast too, I can be happy by doing this podcast just by talking to you and just explaining my experiences to you. If I was making a ton of money off this podcast, I would like it. Yeah, of course. But would I truly be happy? No, it's about being here and talking to you and explaining some ways, to better yourselves and to show some things that I like and show a bunch of different items, that are out there. It also contributes to your confidence and self-esteem. Your confidence and self-esteem come from a purpose, and they come from, what makes you content with yourself. Back to the job, back to volunteering, back to, going out and doing stuff. Like that's why people go out in public, like I said before, and go to events. It's about the experience, and experiences are everything as far as going into happiness. If you want to be happy in life, you got to be experiencing it. Another thing I would say is, having like the ability to take care of yourself and to be content and have good health. So like having good health, being able to take care of yourself, those are the things we need to be thankful for. Like we can't just take them for granted. We do a lot, and I mean, I'm guilty of it myself sometimes when I'm feeling good. Like I don't think about like how I'm thankful for that. But a lot of times like I come back once in a while and I'm like, you know what, I should be thankful for this, and give thanks to God, because I'm definitely doing well and I'm definitely doing a lot better than I was. And I would say, like, along with that faith in God, the prayer, just praying to God, looking at what you have already, looking at like being gracious for what you have and what more that can be in your life, because we're all on this earth for a purpose and we're all out there, to try to be happy. We all want to be happy. We're not always going to be happy because we're all broken people and our lives are always hard, but we can try to focus on that and any kind of positive interaction in our lives with someone, any positive feelings we get, any positive, things that we get in general, like material items as stuff that's more reminiscent of things. Like we need to put ourselves more into the situation as I'm grateful for what this is and I'm glad I have this and I'm glad where I'm at. Just waking up in the morning is a gift, because you can die in your sleep. You never know. And then the last thing I would say, like, as far as happiness is, having a lack of conflicts or peace. You never want to be on someone's bad side. For myself, like, I always try to treat others with respect. I try to give good behavior, and having that good behavior with others puts yourself in a good light. And you always want to be seen in a good light, unless it's something that's morally wrong that somebody's talking about and you're saying that's not right, you're standing up for what's right. That would be the only situation where, it shouldn't be, me, myself, like I want to be right, but even in that situation when you're, being true and showing that morally this is correct, you're not always being about yourself, like I'm being selfish, I want to do this. It should always be for the right reasons. And overall, when you're pursuing this happiness in general, you want to be always focusing on the right reasons for everything. And you want to get to that point where I'm happy and content where I am. And I want to be there for other people. I want to help people be happy too. I want others to, see my example and to see how I can demonstrate who I am and what I can do for other people. How can I serve? That's the big thing with, being happy and how we can pursue happiness in general. But hopefully you got something out of this. I hopefully gave you some good examples and I hope you enjoyed this video today. And if you have anything else you'd like to put in the comment section below, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know. If you can like, subscribe, that'd be great too. So thank you for watching Clutch Entertainment today, and we'll have something great next week. Thanks. Bye.